Hey, Mark Anthony here, and I'm doing something really crazy today. This is one of those off-the-wall recipes. I just had it in my head, and I had to come up with it. And I'm actually making vegan baked deviled eggs. And I thought, how am I going to do this? And I've tried some other elements and that just did not quite produce the way I wanted them to, so I went with the potatoes. Now what I did with these potatoes here that I'm peeling is I boiled them off, and you want to get that size that kind of looks like an egg shape. Get those little ones. And so I boiled them off, and I didn't overboil them. I just made them so that you could stick a knife through them. And when you're peeling these, you got to be aware that sometimes this will all catch up here, so you got to kind of put that through there. Yeah, so I boiled these potatoes off. And then I let them air dry. Well, actually, I put them overnight, but you have to air dry them overnight, and that way they tighten up. And you all know about my potatoes, the way I do potatoes. Boil them off, let them air dry, they tighten up, and they're perfect for potato salads or anything. So, and then I'm just going to basically shape it. You can see how I'm just shaping this into the shape of an egg. And you can make them smaller or bigger, whatever shape you want. It's going to just be that egg shape. And you can curve the sides, and you can really be an artist here. So if you don't have exactly the right size potatoes, you can really shape them the way you want. This, I guess, would be my dodo bird egg or something like that. Then, when you have them done up, we're going to cut these in half. And just cut all three of these in half here. I'll show you how to do them. I've already got some done here, but I wanted to show you how to do these. And then we're going to pop out the middle just like that, so it actually looks like an egg. And if you don't have one of these, which is really a melon baller, you can always use something like this, but these don't have quite the thin edge like one of these does. So, and just very carefully make yourself a little egg spot. I don't know how these big ones are going to turn out, but I guess we could do a double yolk maybe. I could do a double yolk here or something. But just like that, you're just going to pop these out and make yourself your little egg spots. And I think you already see the vision of these deviled eggs. And we're going to put these all on the pan here. And I always do extras because a lot of times they'll break, which is fine. And so I always make a few extras. And of course this right here is going to end up being hash browns. That's going to be bagged up, and I am going to use that for hash browns for breakfast. And so I don't throw anything away. Nope, we save everything. Now right here, we're going to make our yolks. And for the yolks, I'm doing chickpeas, garbanzo beans. I'm basically going to be making a little hummus here. But for my hummus, I am going to add some oil to it because the oil really makes it so it doesn't crack. You can use water, and I probably will use quite a bit of water here. And then I've got a couple more ingredients for you. I've got some lemon juice, and we're going to add some Dijon mustard. So that's about it. Of course, I do have to share with you my secret ingredient, which is black salt. Now, if you have not used black salt before, it's K-A-L-A-N-A-M-A-K, Kala Namak. It's called black salt. It's from India. And this literally smells and tastes exactly like eggs. I mean, exactly. So we're going to put about a tablespoon of this in here. And hopefully it won't be too salty. I'm sure it won't. It's very mild flavor, not as strong on the salt side. And we're going to get this baby processing, and I'll probably add some water to it just to make sure it, you want to make sure that this is thick enough to go through my bag, but not too thick. It's got to not too thin, so it's got to be just right. We'll get this going, and then we'll come back on it. All right. Now I really let this baby blend because I want this to really be a smooth flavor. Now I'm going to put this right in my little makeshift bag here, which I like doing these because I can just throw the bag away when I'm done. And we're going to get a few scoops in here. You can see where I just cut a hole in it and then put this, and hopefully this will work. Sometimes these bags break and they can be a real mess. And I'll give you the logistics of it here, and of course whatever's left we're going to use that too. It does. It tastes exactly like eggs. It's amazing. You can put a little bit of a egg shade in there, would work really good. Or some, there's some other things you could put in there. But this works for me. And then we are just going to very carefully, just like this, fill every one of these like that. Okay, just like that. Boom. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And so we've got that. One other thing you can do is, if you want, you can sprinkle it with some paprika. You know how some of the eggs you'll see have paprika on there, so that looks pretty good, doesn't it? And give it a little more visual appeal. So paprika works, and boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to spray this with a little bit of, well, this is a little too sharp. But I want to get, this thing really pops out there. I want to hit these yolks right here, so let me get this done, and we're going to put some yolks. This thing is a really big sprayer though. Interesting. And I'm just going to rub this in right here a little bit. Yeah, I didn't want that much, but that's what happens sometimes in the kitchen. So I just want to get this kind of rubbed in here a little bit, just for one particular reason, because I want to take some of this salt that I'm using and sprinkle it on those areas. So you can kind of go like this. And that'll really give it a blasting of that egg flavor when people bite into it. Okay, so just like that. And the oil, all it does is help stick a little bit to it. So if you get that good spray, watch, this thing is just, woo! I mean, that's just a shot. So interesting. That's what happens when you get new products. And if you want to sprinkle them a little bit. Now most eggs too are, when you call deviled eggs, they're spicy. That's the thing about deviled. Anything deviled is usually spicy. Diablo, it's always going to be a spicy element. But so you can always add pepper, red pepper, anything to this as far as that goes. All right, so this is going to go in the oven. I've got it set at 375 degrees for probably just 15-20 minutes. I just want to crank this up. I don't want to change the color too much. I don't want these things browning into a crispy oblivion, but we do want to get some cooking on it and get them crisped up a little bit. So we'll put these in the oven and we'll come back in about 15-20 minutes. Okay. I did have them in there for about 30 minutes because they just needed a little more crisping. And you'll notice they're still white. That's what you want. You don't want them turning brown by overcooking them. And 375 is a hot temperature, but they turned out just perfect. And you can see, even if I push the tops, the whole piece is together. I mean, this is just nice and crisp on the top, and so that's the way it goes. And we'll see if I can get these babies plated up here, just like this. You can have fun. Maybe you got one of those tables or those plates that you can put eggs on with the little circles, that type of thing. But however you want to do it. you can make these look really fun. And I'll put my weird ones in the middle here. How's that? Just like that. Okay. And I think I'll just get the rest of these plated up here. So, just a little recap for you. All you have to do is take your potatoes, boil them, and after they're boiled, go ahead and let them air dry and cool. And then after they're cool, then you'll go and peel them to the shape of the eggs, cut them in half, and then just fill them with a hummus. And I used a higher oil. I made my hummus a little different, put some mustard in there. So that one broke, so that's what'll happen once in a while. So, okay, just like that, and you've got vegan baked deviled eggs. So just an amazing, amazing item that people are just going to be blown away. They're going to see this, they're going to be like, you got to be kidding me. And this is what I do. I love doing crazy stuff that just blows people away. And this is one of those ones that you make this, they're going to love it. So share these and go to my website, chefmarkanthony.com. We have the actual recipes, so you got exact recipes if you want them. And we'll see you next time on The Whole Message.